Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best Gabe in the biz, the final Dynamite before this Sunday's historic and soon-to-be glorious Forbidden Door is officially in the books, and a lot of stuff went down, including Will Ospreay effing around and finding out with a kill shot right to his mitt. So guys, let's gab about it. First things first, let's get into the first part of Will Ospreay's evening. He interrupted a segment between who that is, two of New York's favorite sons, Daniel Garcia from specifically Buffalo, New York, and MJF from Long Island, New York, which is where Forbidden Door is happening this Sunday, and where he will be fighting against Hechicero, and, he's going to beat that CMLL jobber in MJF speak. But they had a little, polite conversation, They were saying nice things about each other, and, MJF will never, ever, ever stop anyone from trying to say something nice about him. So, honestly, I really did like the segment, and I like Garcia really being like, I'm not trying to be a pillar, I'm not trying to be this or that, I want to be the backbone for this company that rides it into the next 10 years as its workhorse. That's why he was starting racking up wins, and that's why he wants the International Championship, which is, if you look at it, the workhorse championship here in All Elite Wrestling. And MJF, he agreed. He was like, dude, like you have like this, and this that like I have always seen in you, and that's why I want to offer you a challenge for the biggest event of the year, Wembley Stadium All In. And at first I was like, okay, not that I'm not excited about that, but I was like, oh, okay, that's not where I thought I was going. But then, bam, out comes Will Ospreay before Garcia could really even fully answer. And we made it official. Ospreay, Garcia next week for the International Championship, which I can see going multiple ways, but I'll get to that later. And then, show of respect, all good. But then, the entire time Ospreay was talking, MJF's like gagging and just being like, bro, can this mother effer shut the hell up? And then they just glared at each other and bro left. So I honestly think one of the ways that this could end up going is a triple threat at All In for the International Championship. But like I said, I'll get to that later on of the multiple scenarios that this could go. But either one of them are great, with Daniel Garcia maybe winning gold, or MJF and Ospreay colliding in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a triple threat or eventually one-on-one, like literally over the next 2 months. So either way, I absolutely love it, bro. But yo, Ospreay, I know you are the shit, man, but just be careful. Because even though MJF does like saying nice things about Garcia, it doesn't mean he likes doing that about everybody. Because remember, he is still the devil, and you may be on another level, but to him, you ain't on the level of the devil yet, bruv. Because he is Maxwell Jacob Friedman MJF. Okay, guys, we had a lot of great matches and a couple surprises that went down here on Dynamite tonight. Like, for one thing, the Elite have now put themselves in to the Forbidden Doors card. They will go against the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, and well, not even Daddy Ass, it's going to be the Scissor Ace with Hiroshi Tanahashi coming in to join, and so he can go against one of his greatest rivals in Kazuchika Okada. So scissor me, bitches. Love Okada. And freaking Minoru Suzuki isn't even wanting to team with Chris Jericho at Forbidden Door. He wants to fight him one-on-one because he said, basically, after Learning Tree, that shit is stupid. Absolutely crazy. But we got to talk about the Owen Hart Cup. Jay White advanced tonight over Rey Fenix in a super solid matchup. And honestly, it makes sense. I knew the Switchblade was going to advance. However, the biggest talking point coming out when coming about and talking about the Owen Hart Cup tournament is that the Elite has selected the wild card. We've been speculating who this was going to be, but now we basically know that it's official. Hangman Adam Page will come back next week, full-blown heel, ready to beat the crap out of Jeff Jarrett, who, side note, had a beautiful story about how he is so happy to be in this tournament and wants to go on to win. But they set it up for, I think, Hangman to come back next week, just beat the shit out of him for like 5 minutes, get that heel heat, and then go on to face and beat Jay White to go on to the finals of the tourney. And then we get Hangman Danielson in the finals on July 10th. And then probably see Hangman and Swerve collide inside Blood and Guts. And then Hangman versus Swerve one last time that this time it's bigger than ever. It's for the AEW World Championship. And Hangman becomes the new AEW World Champion, finally getting his revenge on Swerve. And by then, Jack Perry will be the TNT Champion. So that Elite will literally be the most powerful group in not just AEW, but all of professional wrestling. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Nicholas, well done. I see what you did there. Oh, always looking out for more ways to change the world. And Jay White, even though I'm sure you will become AEW World Champion one day, guns up for life, dude. Unfortunately, Hangman is going to beat you, and I cannot wait for that match because bro has showcased in the past he will do anything to get to Swerve, and if that means, beating the air out of the Switchblade, and that's exactly what cowboy shit is going to do. Okay, guys, it got time for the main event of Will Ospreay versus the Gates of Agony with his tag team partner, the AEW World Champion, whose house? Swerve's house, Strickland. Overall, match was super solid, and of course, Ospreay and Swerve, even though they were a little hesitant and kind of, almost hitting the shit out of each other, ended up winning the match. The can they go coexist ended up working out. They did coexist, at least until the bell rang, and Ospreay freaking took the AEW World Championship again, like he did a few weeks ago, and bro effed around, and he freaking found out. Swerve did not hesitate. The second Ospreay took that belt, he said, kick to the knee, bam! House call right to the mitt, just like, boom! It was over, just like that. That's how fast that kill shot can come, man, but that's how also fast a hidden blade can come out of nowhere. This match is going to be awesome. But Ospreay, did you really think this bro was bluffing? Do you remember what he said to you a few weeks ago? He's like, bro, we're friends, so I'm going to let that slide, but if you ever do this shit again, I'm going to put you in the ground. And he did. Honestly, guys, this next week for Will Ospreay, I think is going to possibly be very bad in terms of his huge losses. Because, like I said about the MJF Garcia storyline earlier, I feel like this is going multiple ways. One thing I know for sure is that Ospreay, after an incredible battle with Swerve, is going to lose this Sunday night, and Swerve is going to retain the AEW World Championship. And bold prediction, somebody did point it out, Humble Wrestling, he says, yo, what if Swerve actually pins Ospreay with the Tiger Driver 91? And that might be exactly what goes down. But then, in terms of his match against Garcia, I can see it going multiple ways. I can see it being a triple threat over the International Championship at All In. But seeing as MJF kind of doesn't like Ospreay, or he could try to cost Ospreay, or just straight up, Garcia could beat Will Ospreay. You're trying to put over Daniel Garcia. The crowd loves him. We want more for him. And once Ospreay loses that first big match, finally suffers his first defeat, the undefeated aura in the sense of who will be that first victory goes away, and taking a loss to Garcia doesn't sound too non-feasible. So then Garcia becomes the new champion, goes on to be the workhorse, carries that championship for probably 3 months and does great with it, and then we get Ospreay, MJF, no title, at All In. And that's a match, again, another match of the decade contender. Man, Ospreay just does this on every pay-per-view now. It's insane. But I also could see the route of them doing the triple threat of Ospreay retaining, and then, Ospreay and MJF are trying to go at it, but Garcia's like, no, I want one more shot to do the triple threat. Maybe Ospreay retains again, but then right after that, 2 weeks later at All Out, we get Ospreay and MJF. Anyway, either way, I definitely see Garcia continuing to have even more momentum and possibly winning a championship. And I also know for a fact we're going to get Ospreay, MJF in some way, shape, or form over this summer, whether it's at All In or even All Out. And then Ospreay might have to worry about, a certain Ricochet, coming back and hitting him in the face. But hey, who really knows what's going on with that? But unfortunately, that terrible week could start, it will start this Sunday when he loses to Swerve in whose house? Sorry, bro. Swerve's house. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are done ski. Put it in the rearview mirror, and we are done. Forbidden Door is this Sunday. It's looking like it's probably going to be 9-10 matches again, but hey, we've been over this before. AEW has literally shown 90% of the time here in AEW on pay-per-view, quantity can equal quality. They've literally showcased it a million times, so that's really all I got to say about that. But it is all main evented by Swerve versus Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. And just like the last two Forbidden Doors, this one's going to be historic and one we remember for years and years to come for being awesome AF. But before we get to there, we got SmackDown, the second to last one before Money in the Bank. So now that Cody, KO, and Randy versus the Bloodline has been made official, how are they going to react after they literally got beat down by potentially and might very well be Roman Reigns' successor in the Bloodline in the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu? How are they reeling and recovering after they got their asses beat by one dude last week? And we'll also have more Money in the Bank qualifying matches going down. Logan Paul versus LA Knight, yeah, versus Santos Escobar, who's getting that last SmackDown spot. Money in the Bank, it is next freaking Sunday. Guys, you're not going to want to miss any of these shows going down. You're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep on liking and damn sure keep on subscribing. And keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, you better to gab with than Gabe right here. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. Solid go-home show. It is time to move on to SmackDown and then Forbidden Door. So, guys, deuces fuses, and I will see you what happens next on the second to last SmackDown before Money in the Bank. So I'll see you dudes on Friday.
Until then, chin up, tits out, line.
Watch The Gift of Gabe.
Darling, that is my part, and now you've ruined the moment.